you love just hooping, bro.
Yeah.
That's why you stay involved, you stay as a fan. And you could tell, bro, them pictures don't lie.
Yeah.
Like the emotion in your face, bro, when you and Brown face, like, yo, let's go get it, man. Like you playing for this is for the gold medal, dog. Like, you know what I mean? I don't even know what the conversation was, but I know I felt the tone just from those images, B. You know what I'm saying?
Well, them pictures were
that's a
powerful,
real, like, that's it. And I wasn't even thinking none of that. I'm just like, I got caught up in the moment, like the competitiveness of where I would have been at in those situations if I, you know what I mean? Not saying if I was out there now, but like as a player, being in those moments, I've been in those gold medal games, those moments where it's like, we know the passion and what it takes and how we come together as a team, and everybody got to dig into their greatness well. Like, I understand that. So when I'm actually a spectator now, I get a chance to observe that and see that. And it just, my competitive spirit and nature just keeps going. And I also know how to get through to my brother. Like, I know in this moment, like you don't have nobody there outside of the guys that you on the court with that's telling you, like, let's go into that next level, like that next gear. So for him to see me in that mode, and like I'm sure it kicks something else off from him and from everybody else. It's like, oh, okay, we got our brother out here with us, and he fighting with us from over here. So it was a good moment. I just told him, yo, you gotta go get out the mud. Like, you gotta go get it, sir. They ain't gonna let you get it. Right. Stop playing and go do what you do.
Is it embarrassing to not get the gold? Because you was on the team that got bronze, right?
In 04, yeah.
Was you trying to tell him, like, yo, remember 04, yo? Like, let's...
Nah, it wasn't remember 04. It was, I need you to go into that well of greatness that you probably don't want to go into this early in the summer. You get what I'm saying? Like, and that the same thing goes for KD too. Like, come on, like everybody knows get out the way. Like, Joel, come set the pick and slip it and get out. Like, give KD the top of the key, let him work. In those situations, we needed everybody to be great at what they do and their role on that court. And you saw it. KD was great in his role at the end. Bron was great in what he was supposed to do. Steph was great in what he was supposed to do. So those are just levels of greatness that we could tap into and identify it on the same level, in a sense.
Salute to all the old heads. All the old heads wanting to go.
Like we say on the show, you wash motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all y'all, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody here, we used to wash.
Absolutely, but we all know that level of, we all, like Melo's saying, we all know how to tap into that thing to get to that level to win.
Yeah.
Young boys don't know that yet. No disrespect to them, but they don't know that yet.
It's just a lot of it's experience.
They gotta feel it.
You gotta understand what this is also. Like, you dealing with different levels of greatness now. Like, you know, these young guys, they great at this, at what they doing right now.
Right.
But it's like, there's still levels and time that you got to put in and work that you got to put in to get to that level of greatness.
Is Steph Curry the greatest point guard of all time?
He's the greatest shooter I've ever seen. And he's a hell of a player. Like, he's a great player. Like, fuck best shooter, fuck best point. He's the greatest. He's one of the greatest players that ever graced this game. And I don't think we probably will ever see this again. So we better, let's appreciate this window of what we have with Steph.
I got Steph in my top 5. I actually got Steph number 3.
Like list.
I don't. But when I say my list, you'll know why. You're not gonna like list after I say my list. My top 5 is Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Steph Curry, Bron, and Magic Johnson.
That's a hell of a list.
But that's in order.
Yeah, but that's a hell of a list though. I don't like saying the list because.
Oh no, when you say it, it's different.
Yeah, I don't like
you
saying
it.
Like
ESPN,
they're gonna be mad.
Why we got him on there?
That's crazy.
Shit, niggas don't care. You say it.
Like you said, certain people don't deserve on lists.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's hard because if you really put those certain people on the list, you covering 3-4 spots already in the 5. So it's like, some people just keep off the list.
And I look at people who change like the game.
Culture.
Like, culture. Michael Jordan changed the culture of the game. There was about 20 other Michael Jordans, probably more, not after Michael. Not there was no Michael, but you know what I mean. People they would say, "Oh, he's like Mike. He's like Mike." Steph is the same way. Steph has changed all basketball.
Let me tell you something.
Men's basketball, women's basketball,
bro.
Like everything.
They were saying Mike was the next Dr. J.
Dog, and all these little white kids want to shoot 30-foot threes from half court. Cut it out. I want to see
Dr.
three passes.
Dr. J was the one before Mike. They were saying Mike was Dr.
Yeah, that's true.
High flyer.
That's
you
true.
Know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Swag with it.
Steph Curry is more than the best shooter and best point guard ever, a claim that not only shocks the basketball world, but demands our undivided attention. Today, we dive deep into a bold statement from none other than Carmelo Anthony, who believes that Curry's greatness transcends the confines of labels, positioning him as a singular force in basketball history. The seriousness of this discussion cannot be overstated, as it challenges everything we know about the game. This conversation isn't just about statistics or accolades. It's about redefining greatness in a sport that has seen countless legends. Stephen Curry's legacy has always been a topic of heated debate, but his recent heroics in the Paris Olympics have solidified his claim to the GOAT point guard throne. With performances that dazzled on the global stage, Curry not only led Team USA to victory but redefined what it means to be a point guard in today's game. His ability to take over games, combined with his unmatched shooting, has once again thrust him into the spotlight. But this isn't just about his ability to score or his leadership on the court, it's about how he did it. Curry's performances were a masterclass in efficiency and precision. Every shot he took, every pass he made, seemed to be part of a larger narrative, a story that only he could tell. He didn't just win games, he controlled them, dictating the pace, bending the defense to his will, and creating opportunities where none existed. His gold medal winning performances were a culmination of years of hard work, perseverance, and a deep understanding of the game. But is he just the best point guard, or is he something more? Carmelo Anthony believes the latter, and here's why. As we delve deeper into Melo's perspective, we must explore the essence of Curry's impact, which goes beyond mere statistics. On the 7 p.m. in Brooklyn podcast, Carmelo Anthony shared his thoughts with Charlemagne the God and co-host Kid Mero, where he didn't just praise Curry for his shooting. No, Melo went further, acknowledging that Curry's brilliance cannot be confined to the title of the best point guard or shooter. Melo's words were clear and powerful. He's one of the greatest players ever who has graced this game. I don't think we probably will ever see this again. Melo's admiration for Curry isn't just about what he sees on the court, it's about the legacy that Curry is building off it. During the podcast, Melo reflected on the way Curry has changed the game, not just in terms of strategy, but in terms of culture. He pointed out how young players all over the world now aspire to be like Steph, trying to emulate his shooting form, his dribbling, his demeanor. Curry isn't just a player, he's a movement, a symbol of what's possible when you push the boundaries of what's expected. Melo's recognition of this impact is a testament to Curry's influence, one that extends far beyond the basketball court. But what led Melo to such a profound conclusion? Let's take a look at the roots of his respect for Curry. Curry's shooting has always been otherworldly, but Melo sees beyond just the swish of the net. He sees a player whose influence stretches across every aspect of the game. Few best shooter, few best point. He's one of the greatest players ever, Melo proclaimed, refusing to box Curry into any conventional category. To fully appreciate Melo's point, we need to understand just how revolutionary Curry's shooting has been. When Steph steps onto the court, defenses are forced to make impossible choices. Do they extend their defense beyond the three-point line, risking open lanes to the basket? Or do they play closer to the paint, knowing full well that Curry can pull up from 30 feet with terrifying accuracy? This dilemma has reshaped the way basketball is played, leading to the rise of the three-point shot as the most valuable weapon in a team's arsenal. Melo's refusal to limit Curry to the title of best shooter speaks to this broader impact. Curry's greatness isn't just in his shot, it's in how he's changed the game itself. As we consider this broader impact, it's crucial to revisit a moment in time when Melo first witnessed Curry's greatness. On a cold February night in 2013, the basketball world was set ablaze by a young Stephen Curry, who dropped a jaw-dropping 54 points against the New York Knicks. Carmelo Anthony, then a star for the Knicks, witnessed firsthand the unstoppable force that Curry had become. With 11 three-pointers, Curry's performance was more than just a scoring outburst, it was a declaration. Melo, who had worked out with Curry in the off-seasons, knew that this was just the beginning of something extraordinary. I'm reading the scouting report, I'm like, nah, you can't leave him. You have no responsibility tonight, just chase him around, Melo recalled. This wasn't just any game for Curry, it was a coming-out party, a statement that he was ready to take the league by storm. His 54 points weren't just numbers on a scoreboard, they were a message to the world that a new era was dawning. Melo's Knicks, despite their best efforts, were powerless to stop him. It was a performance that would be replayed countless times, a moment that would be etched into the annals of NBA history, and for Melo it was proof that Curry was destined for greatness. This moment was just a glimpse of Curry's future dominance, a dominance that Melo foresaw and respects to this day. As Melo reflects on Curry's career, it's evident that he sees Steph as a once-in-a-lifetime phenomenon. Let's appreciate this window of what we have with Steph, Melo urged, and he's right. Curry's influence is unparalleled, his legacy cemented not just by titles and records, but by the indelible mark he's left on the game of basketball. Consider this: Curry's legacy isn't just about the three-pointers or the MVP awards. It's about the countless players who have been inspired by him, the coaches who have rethought their strategies because of him, and the fans who have been captivated by his style of play. Melo's words serve as a reminder that we are witnessing something unique, something that may never be replicated. As Curry continues to add to his list of accomplishments, his place in history only becomes more secure. But Melo's warning is clear: this is a window of greatness, and like all windows, it will eventually close. It's up to us to appreciate and savor every moment of it. As we close, it's important to acknowledge that Curry's story is still being written, and with each chapter, his legend grows. Carmelo Anthony's words resonate with truth and reverence. Stephen Curry is more than the best shooter or point guard, he is a legend whose influence will be felt for generations. We may never see this again, Melo said. And indeed, the window we have to witness Curry's greatness is finite. As fans, as observers of this beautiful game, let us not take this for granted. Steph Curry's legacy is more than statistics or titles, it's an enduring testament to what is possible when talent, hard work, and passion converge.